Megan Page runs a small YouTube channel where she's often the center of attention, sharing moments from her everyday life. From casual walks to light-hearted vlogs, it's a glimpse into her world. Alongside her main channel, Megan also hosts a podcast where she talks with friends and interesting guests about anything from daily routines to deeper thoughts. But on September 12th, 2024, she uploaded something different. Very different. What was supposed to be just another relaxing walk in the woods, a peaceful daily vlog, slowly turned into something unsettling. Let's take a look.
That's why I'm back in Humboldt. I'm staying at my dad's again, and it's really bad. Every day we've been scream fighting. And then I come to the woods for like 4 hours and decompress. And then I go back home, and then he acts like nothing happens. Like a true narcissist. Like the true narcissist he is.
I'm gonna hurt you.
Okay, well, you scared me.
Oh, thanks. Okay. Scared you didn't want to walk by and eat the stairs off the line, but something scared you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm a sweetheart. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm
You're
sorry.
probably more dangerous than me. You're probably more evil than me. Look at the dark hair you're saying. You're bomb. Little stoner.
Okay, that was terrifying. What the fuck? I'm shaking. That was scary. Thought I was just about to get killed. He said that I looked evil. I can't even enjoy the woods because of tweakers. Like, look how beautiful it is here. I love Humboldt, but the tweakers, he was coming right at me. And so obviously I'm gonna be scared. And then he's like, you're probably more scary than me. Your dark hair and your veins.
When we think about the things that might scare us in the forest, our minds often go to wild animals. But the truth is, people can be far more dangerous. In this video, we clearly see a man appear behind Megan with a broken bottle in his hands. He looks aggressive and heads straight toward her. But there's one thing that changes everything. Megan is filming, and the moment he realizes there's a camera, he backs off. If we listen closely to what he says afterward, we notice how quickly his tone shifts. But even then, his words remain tense and accusatory. Let's listen again.
I'm gonna hurt you.
Okay, well, you scared me.
Oh, thanks. Okay. Scared you didn't want to walk by and eat the stairs off the line, but something scared you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm a sweetheart. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm
You're
sorry.
probably more dangerous than me. You're probably more evil than me. Look at the dark hair you're saying. You're bomb.
There's no doubt his intentions weren't good, and we're just relieved Megan walked away unharmed. This is your reminder. If you're ever alone in the woods or in isolated places, be careful who you cross paths with, and always be ready to run if you have to. Adam is an outdoor enthusiast who shares his adventures on his channel, The Outdoor Experience. From hiking and kayaking to hunting and drone footage, his videos are all about being out in nature. The next video was posted on April 12th, 2020, and features Adam and his brother heading out for an overnight camping trip in Sugar Creek State Forest, a place they visited many times before. But on this occasion, they decided to try something different. They found a new spot, one they hadn't camped at before. They set up their tent, and everything seemed to point toward a calm evening, just like so many others they'd spent in the woods. But sometimes, life has a way of surprising us when we least expect it.
Right around this area. It's pretty flat here, and it looks out over the field. Nice view. Sit here and fly my drone like I was talking about. Alright, skipping ahead. 10-person modified dome tent with the porch. 17 by 13, including the porch. Without the porch, the tent itself, 17 by 8. So this is the porch area, all screened in. You come in, and this is the tent. You got one side here with a window and a divider that you can hook up. Then the other side over here with its own divider that you can hook up. And then you pretty much got the living area in the middle. So you can stand up in here. You gotta kind of squat down a little when you come in to this area, but not too bad. Go back on the outside, go around. There's the back. I think there's another version of this same tent that's got a back.
As the evening settled in and everything still felt calm and peaceful, something changed. Around 8 p.m., strange sounds began to echo from deep within the forest. It almost sounded like someone was singing, but without any music, just a voice drifting through the trees. The sounds continued for a while, echoing faintly through the trees. Curious and a bit unsettled, the two brothers decided to move closer, hoping to hear more clearly. The next part of the footage is recorded in complete darkness, so we won't be seeing much, but we will be listening. According to Adam, there's an old, abandoned house about 1,500 feet into the forest, and that's where the singing seemed to be coming from. Now, I know what you might be thinking. It's probably just someone out there singing. Nothing scary about that, right? And maybe that's true, when we look back at it calmly. But if you were the one out there, in the middle of the night, alone in the woods, knowing no one else was supposed to be around, and then, suddenly, you heard someone singing from deep within the forest, for hours on end. Wouldn't that make your skin crawl even just a little? I'm genuinely curious what you think. As for our mysterious singer, apparently a big Imagine Dragons fan from what we can hear, we know nothing else. Adam and his brother didn't investigate further, and honestly, they probably shouldn't have. What matters most is that they made it through the night safely, though not without a few chills along the way. Our next story comes from Wandering Jeepsy, a small but captivating channel run by Sarah McKellar. She lives full-time out of her Jeep Wrangler, traveling across the country with her loyal dog by her side, documenting her life deep in nature. Most of her videos are peaceful, filled with quiet forests, remote campsites, and open skies. This time, Sarah found herself in the middle of nowhere, deep in the heart of Utah. A dry, open landscape with low but dense vegetation, almost like a miniature forest. And really, who would expect anything unusual to happen in a place like that? When you're surrounded by miles of nothing but nature, you assume you're completely alone. But sometimes, things don't go the way you'd hope. Let's take a look at what Sarah experienced.
Well, another awesome free campsite out here in beautiful southern Utah. And I'm gonna walk around and go check the area out. So many beautiful, beautiful rocks. Look at this whole area. So peaceful, and there's nobody around. And this is BLM land, which is Bureau of Land Management. So meaning it's free camping. I like to walk around when I get to my place that I'm setting up camp at and just scope the area out. Make sure there's no crazy people hiding in the bushes or behind the rocks. Or wild animals. But I think we're good in this area.
After checking the area and setting up camp, Sarah made herself some tea and settled in to enjoy the view. It was supposed to be a quiet evening, but then a sound broke the silence, the distant rumble of a vehicle. Out in the middle of nowhere, a second car appeared and stopped right at the base of her campsite. For several minutes, it just sat there, watching, as if inspecting the area.
Well, and that's another thing I've been dealing with. We all know I've been dealing with a stalker situation lately. I know what he drives. I know what he looks like. I kind of know where he is at all times because, well, he posts his videos of where he's at. But maybe that has had me a little bit sketched out lately. But for me to be sitting here at my Jeep in this secluded spot right now, which I'm about to leave, and then that red truck just pulls up at the end of this dirt road where I'm at, and then just sits there. And I was out walking around the campsite filming. Well, when I saw the truck, I thought he was going to turn around or something, but no, he just sits there. So I took my phone and I put it up on my dashboard and I just started recording, just in case. So then I also come and stand by my Jeep, because we all know I have protection, so. And the truck just continues to sit there. And then when he pulls off, you guys can probably see it in the video, his window is rolled down and he's staring right at me when he pulls off. So just stuff like that gets under my skin. Because now I found this awesome campsite and I have...
You can see it and feel it, the unease Sarah was going through in that moment. And honestly, I don't blame her. We've all seen the movies. We know how quickly things can go wrong when you're alone in the middle of nowhere. So I'm glad she chose to leave. But still, who was in that car? Why was the driver wearing a mask? And what were they looking for? From what I've read, and from stories shared online, there are places like this, hidden in remote areas, where people grow, let's just say, illegal things. Places guarded by hidden cameras. Or worse, people who don't want to be found. Could Sarah have accidentally stumbled into one of those places? Did she unknowingly interfere with something or someone she was never meant to see? Maybe it's better we don't know. If you do enjoy these kinds of unsettling stories, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned. It's free, and you can unsubscribe anytime. Our next video also comes from YouTube, featuring Brad and his cousin Dan, two passionate mountain bikers. On one of their regular outings, they decided to explore a new trail that had caught their eye for quite some time. This particular ride led them deep into a forest near Jasper, Alberta, and the footage they captured on August 4th, 2013 might show the scariest moment they've ever experienced in their lives. Let's take a look. In that situation, I'm not sure there's anything more terrifying than a grizzly charging straight at you. Dan's quick reaction and fast thinking likely saved his life. His decision to veer off and head downhill was the best move he could have made, avoiding what could have been a much darker outcome. It's also worth pointing out that Dan was wearing a helmet and gloves, gear that definitely helped protect him when he crashed his bike. Let this be a reminder. If you're into mountain biking, always wear proper equipment. And never ride alone, especially on trails you don't know. Our final clip in this episode is a bit different, but definitely one of the most fascinating to watch. Josh runs a YouTube channel called Josh the Intern, where he explores abandoned places he discovers using Google Maps. And surprisingly, it's incredibly fun to watch. On March 24th, 2024, Josh uploaded a video titled "The Most Haunting Place I've Discovered on Google Earth." Like he always does, he tracked down this isolated location. But this time, what he found there left him with an overwhelming sense of unease. Let's take a look.
Yo, we're coming up to the ruin now. Man, it's in such an isolated place. I'm so interested to see what it is. This doorway's got some sort of emblem on the top. Looks kind of like a chapel or church. Yeah, I think this was a church. Got a painting in the middle. It's kind of creepy. Let's check the other doorway. This looks like a stable. Maybe someone used to sleep here. Some sort of machinery here. Is this door openable? It is. Let's head deeper into the complex. Some sort of mechanics on the floor. You can still see the pattern on the actual wallpaper. Yeah, the way upstairs has been totally eroded away. This place is in not the best condition. Wow, look at this. It is huge though. Some sort of sink. Barred windows, which is unusual. Keeps going out here. Whoa, it's a lot darker in here. The basement level. If we can go upstairs. Hopefully these can hold me. Wow. This is crazy. Goes up one more floor as well. Door's closed though. This is what it looks like from out the back. It is gorgeous. There's a little trail just here out the back. It looks like there's something at the end of it. Like benches. Benches and a table. It's super beautiful. It's really stunning, this area. It also gives me the creeps, to be honest. I would not camp here. There's something really eerie about this ruin. I've done a lot of ruins, so I'm just giving you that off feeling. This one certainly does that. Let's continue to explore and check out the other ruins. Look at this massive, overgrown building. It's unusual seeing all the barred windows. Looks like we can go in here. It's quite dark. Let me get the light on. Like clothes rails here, like hang a coat on. In here looks like a kitchen for sure. You got cabinets. You got the actual like furnace, maybe the oven. Even got the table just down here on the floor. In here it'd be like pizza oven sort of thing. Now in here is kind of a weird room. It's all these boxes in the walls. So later I did some research on this place and found out that it was actually once a spa that was very popular in the 19th century, as people came here to drink Ferignas water, which is a water high in iron that was found here. It was long believed that this water had the ability to cure or prevent alcoholism, and doctors often prescribed it at this time. The spa was later abandoned in 1936 due to the Spanish Civil War. But even now, understanding the history of this ruin, there still feels like there is more to this place. I can't describe the feeling I had exploring here, but the air was very heavy, and everything in my body was telling me to get out of there. I've never had such a strong feeling when exploring an abandoned place. Even when editing the footage, I felt uneasy. Other places have definitely given me the creeps, but this ruin was on a whole other level. The painting I found at the start was also very strange. It looked recently painted and placed there, but the ruin is so remote it makes me wonder by whom and why. I can't describe it, and I really don't know why I had this extreme unease in this place, but I most certainly will not be visiting here again. Alright guys, I've just rushed back to the bike because it's always tough leaving it here on its own. But what cool ruins those were. I can't express how isolating and how isolated this place really is. I mean, we are in the middle of a remote valley in a remote mountain range. It's a super cool ruin. It honestly gave me the creeps. Some ruins just do that. There's like a heaviness in the air. There's something that doesn't feel right, and your sort of gut is telling you to get out of there. And that was the case for me in that ruin. So I didn't spend as much time as I maybe normally would have. And I was even thinking maybe I'll camp there. That'd be quite...
In life, it's always wise to trust your instincts. And that's exactly what Josh did. He didn't stay overnight, because something inside him told him to leave. But beyond instinct, the place itself was full of warning signs. A painting that looked recently made, modern trash scattered on the ground, bags, wrappers, items left behind by others, maybe by people who had claimed that place for themselves. And if that's the case, it's not worth the risk. Some people, especially those who live in abandoned places, can be unpredictable. If you enjoyed the stories in this episode, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll always know when a new one drops. That's it for tonight. We'll see you soon.